unlocked yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prove that you don't need any super good guns in order to get a nuclear. So I'm actually gonna make a class right now, and I'm gonna use the M4, which is the gun that you start with when you first get the game. So if I can just find it here it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip some things on it. If you guys want to follow my attachments, I would recommend it, just because either you haven't dropped a nuke or you're trying to learn how to do it more often. So you can go ahead and equip these same different attachments, because these are the attachments I use when I'm in pubs and I'm trying to get as many kills as possible, aka trying to drop a nuke. So I do like to use the red dot just because it's the most versatile, because if you're using an iron sight, you don't zoom in as much, but if you're using the tactical scope, you zoom in a little bit too much. So the red dot sight is like just perfect. I use quick draw because it makes you zoom in quicker, like when you're aiming down sights. So it's just really good for increasing your reaction time. Usually I always run a foregrip no matter what kind of gun. It just reduces recoil, and it's overall more useful just compared to any other attachment. I think it is actually the most useful attachment, just because recoil is one of the most important things, and if you know how to control it, you're going to be set, and then the foregrip's going to help you do that. And then for the third attachment, I usually mix between different ones. Sometimes I use fast mag, and sometimes I use F&J, sometimes I use extended. If you guys are going for a nuclear, I'd recommend either fast mags or extended mags. In this case, I'm just going to go with fast mags. And next up, we are going to, we don't really need to worry too much about our secondary, but if you guys have a pistol unlocked, you might want to go with that. Now, next up, we're going to want to click, or not click, but we're going to want to select our operator. And if you guys are new to the game, you probably only have Purifier, so I'm just going to use Purifier. And for grenades, I'm just going to use a normal grenade. I'm going to use a smoke grenade as my second grenade. You guys don't really need to worry about this one, because these aren't super useful when you're trying to drop a nuclear. Next up, we're going to talk about our perks. So I would recommend Fast Recover. You can use Agile if you're a more somebody, and that can go towards your score streaks, overall making everything faster towards that nuclear. So once you guys got your class set up, that's pretty much all you got to do. You just got to hop into a game mode now. So now let's talk about some maps that are going to be good for it. Now, if you guys want to try to drop a nuclear in ranked, go for it. I would not recommend it though, especially if you haven't dropped one before. I would just do it inside of normal matches. So as far as town, since it's the most common map and most people do play this map, so we're just going to hop into it. And here we go. This is how to get a nuclear. Alright guys, here we are inside of our Domination Nuketown game. So first things first. Domination, obviously you got to capture these points to win the game, but since you guys are trying to get a nuclear, you want to drag the game on as long as possible. Here, wait, before I forget, let me go ahead and switch to my M4 class, which is the one we made at the beginning of the video. But yeah, so when you're dropping a nuclear, you want the game to be as long as possible, so you're going to actually, you're not necessarily trying to lose, but you're not trying to capture the objectives. And also, I want to let you guys know, if you spawn on the side of the map that I did, you're going to want to go for the left lane. The left lane is always going to be a better option. I'm just going to run and gun people down as they come. You don't want to push too aggressive, especially if you're going for a nuclear, because you do not want to die. If you do die, it's okay. I've died and still got nuclears. It's, you know, it still works. But you're going to want to try play as passive as possible. I'm going to go ahead and put a sentry gun right there. That's going to keep them away from that area. And we are going to go now, rotate to the right side. Now that we have a sentry gun down, we can actually rotate over here, because the sentry gun's covering that side of the map, so we're okay. I'm gonna go, oh my god, I didn't see that guy. I almost died to him. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. If you're low on health, don't feel like you have to push people. Just take your time and heal up.
Sniper down!
I need to reload. But yeah, the M4s are actually really good guns. So if you guys don't have like any of the like guns that you get later in the game, don't feel like you need to, you know what I mean? The M4 is a great weapon. Okay. But remember guys, just follow, and by the way, I ran into ammo on my M4, so I'm actually switching to the VK57. I did get a V2O gunship. I know you guys might not have it unlocked, but I figured since you guys are new to the game, you probably wonder what it does, so I'm just going to use it. But yeah, it's a gunship. If you guys have ever played Call of Duty in the past, you've probably seen something really similar to it, so you guys might recognize it. But yeah, it is really good for helping with nukes, because it does give you a lot of kills, and it does give you the points too. These guys as they spawn. Some of them are trying to hide. You can usually tell if they're bots or real players by if they're trying to hide. You know they're real players if they're hiding in the houses, because that means they know that if they go outside they're gonna die. There are people spawning on this side of the map. I'm going to try to capture that. But yeah, this thing does not last the whole game. Well, okay, well we just won.